Assalamualaikum and welcome to our channel Rehnumai Tib. I am Fatima Zahra, student of BUMS Final Prof from Jamia Tibbia Deoband. So today I will be discussing about a very important medical condition, that is endometriosis. So endometriosis, understanding the silent struggle. So why I have written it like that? Just because endometriosis affects a woman in ways more than one. Most importantly, the fertility of the women gets affected in endometriosis, the one who are having the endometriosis. So let's study further. So first we will see that what is basically endometriosis. So it is a condition in which the endometrium layer of the uterus is found outside the uterus, like in various pelvic organs. Like we know that basically in our uterine cavity we have three layers, and the endometrium is the innermost layer which gets shed off during menstrual cycle. But what happens in endometrium is that the blood won't go, instead of flowing outside, the blood tends to move away from the uterine cavity. So basically let's study the definition first. Presence of functioning endometrium in sites other than uterine mucosa. So it's written other than uterine mucosa, which means that the blood is found either on the fallopian tubes, ovaries and vagina, or any other parts around the pelvis. Okay, so where the question is कि हमें endometriosis कहाँ देखने को मिलता है? So predominantly we find endometriosis in the reproductive age group. Reproductive age group means like in the mid-20s or the 20s, 30s and 40s. So mostly the women under the reproductive age group has seen that they are suffering from endometriosis. It is an estrogen dependent condition. Now what's estrogen dependent? It means when there is a lot of estrogen in the body, then the endometrial tissues, like as we know, the endometrial tissues are getting implanted at various sites other than the uterine cavity. So they respond to this estrogen, and whenever there is a high level of estrogen in the body, they tends to grow as well. So that's why it's written that it is an estrogen dependent condition, which is self-explanatory, because we know that during our menstrual cycle the amount of estrogen is high, so the endometrial tissues tends to grow at that time. Then it regresses during pregnancy. So regresses during pregnancy because during pregnancy we have a hormone progesterone. So we know that from the placenta we get a surplus amount of progesterone, and progesterone क्या करता है, वो इस endometrial tissues की growth को regress करता है, उसको stop करता है. तो इसीलिए लिखा है कि regress during pregnancy. It means कि इस टाइम पर क्योंकि हमारी बॉडी में प्रोजेस्ट्रॉन का लेवल ज़्यादा होता है, तो उस टाइम पर endometriosis हमें देखने को नहीं मिलता. And after menopause, why it's written menopause? Because at the time of menopause, ovaries become dysfunctional. Like ovaries, the hormones eventually gets vanished. So we won't be having estrogen. So after menopause also there is a regression of the endometrial tissues outside the uterine cavity. It is genetic as well. So if a patient comes to you with endometriosis, we have to study her family history, because it's a very genetic factor. So it could travel, like if the very close relatives are having endometriosis, then it is a very high possibility that that woman is also suffering from endometriosis. Okay, so how does endometriosis develop? So what is the pathogenesis of endometriosis? So like there are various theories which tells about the pathogenesis of endometriosis. It is not confined to only single theory. Like it still remains unclear and it is full of theory. But I'll tell you that the most accepted theory till date is the Sampson theory of retrograde menstruation and implantation. So it's Sampson theory of retrograde menstruation and implantation. So what does it say? It says, it's very self-explanatory that retrograde menstruation means, as we know that from the uterus the blood tends to go outside, but it is not going away from the vagina. It is traveling to the fallopian tubes and it is getting implanted on other organs. Okay. So as it is written that Sampson contended that endometriosis arises as a result of retrograde flow of menstrual discharge from the uterus through the fallopian tubes, with the spill of endometrial cells onto the ovary and other sites in the pelvis. But this is only, so the retrograde menstruation is the menstruation which is not seen in every woman who is having endometriosis. So retrograde menstruation explains some of the women, that some may undergo retrograde menstruation but not all. So for them we have another theory, that is coelomic metaplasia. Given by Mayer and Ivanhoff. They told us about why there is pelvic irritation because of the continuous flow of the menstrual blood, which causes endometriosis. The another one is the direct implantation theory. So what is direct implantation theory? It is seen that in some women who undergo cesarean section. So what happens, there is a cut, and like during the process of suturing, what happens, sometimes a nodule is formed. Like this is a scar, and hair around, maybe just because by mistake or it gets implanted without knowing, that here sometimes a nodule is seen. और उन women के अंदर ये देखा गया कि whenever they undergo menstrual cycle, इस nodule में से भी bleeding होना start हो जाती है. So it means कि जैसे जैसे menstrual cycle वर्क कर रही होती है तो ईस्ट्रोजन का लेवल इंक्रीज होता है, यहाँ से भी हम ब्लीडिंग देखने को मिलती है. तो इसीलिए इसको बोलते हैं डायरेक्ट इम्प्लांटेशन. इट मीन्स कि ये डायरेक्टली यहाँ पर इम्प्लांट किया गया है बाय मिस्टेक ड्यूरिंग द सर्जरी. ओके, सो देन वी हैव vascular theory. Vascular theory explains that why sometimes we see endometriosis in lungs, arms or thighs. These are very rare sites, I must say, because mostly the endometriosis is seen around the uterine organs. So what are the most common sites of endometriosis? So first of all, ovary. So the most common site of endometriosis is ovary, because it's easier for the menstrual blood to travel from the fallopian tube and get implanted on the ovary. So the most important, most common site is the ovary. Then another is the pouch of Douglas, and the third one are the uterosacrals. And what are the very rare sites? I explained further, scar site, which is because of direct implantation, and pleura and lungs because of the vascular theory. But they are very rare sites. Vascular theory. So here it is clearly seen the sites of endometriosis. So the red dots are all endometriosis. So there around the uterus we can see, on the fallopian tubes, in the pouch of Douglas, bladder, vagina and other parts of the abdomen. But they are the very rare sites. The most common sites you have to remember are ovaries, fallopian tubes, pouch of Douglas. So these are the sites where we can see endometriosis. So now the question comes, हाउ डज इट अफेक्ट द वुमेन. सो अगर किसी विमेन को एंडोमेट्रियोसिस है तो उसको वो किस तरीके से अफेक्ट करेगा. So number one point is the adhesion in the pelvis. So what happens when we see a normal pelvis, we can differentiate every organ clearly. But the women which is having endometriosis, we won't be able to differentiate the organs because of the adhesion in the pelvis. Adhesion means that they are sticked together. Distorted anatomy. So क्योंकि एंडोमेट्रियोसिस के जो लीजन्स हैं वो जगह जगह पर इम्प्लांटेड होंगे तो उसकी वजह से क्या होगा, एनाटमी, उनकी जो नॉर्मल एनाटमी है वो डिसऑर्डर्ड हो जाएगी. नाउ दिस इज अ पिक्चर इन विच वी कैन इजीली सी ना दीज एंडोमेट्रियल टिश्यूज. सो इफ वी सी इट इन अ laparoscopic view, we will able to say that the anatomy of these organs are distorted. Local peritoneal inflammation. Women will undergo local peritoneal inflammation, which is very common. Bleeding, sometimes bleeding can occur. And the fifth point is the chocolate cyst or endometrioma. So it is a very rare and severe condition of endometriosis. The women who has this endometrioma suffers a lot because of it. So let's see what is basically chocolate cyst. Chocolate cyst. सो व्हाट हैपन्स, जो ये हमारी ओवरीज होती हैं इसके अंदर एंडोमेट्रियल टिश्यू कलेक्ट हो जाता है. इसमें होते हैं हमारे ओल्ड ब्लड सेल्स. Okay, so endometriomas are cystic lesions, which means we will find cyst in the ovary. Endometriomas are most commonly found in the ovary. So we have to remember this, that the chocolate cyst in endometriomas patients are found in ovaries. They are filled with dark brown endometrial fluid and sometimes referred to as chocolate cyst, as I have already mentioned. The presence of endometriomas indicates a most severe stage. The one who is having this cyst, it means that she has reached a most severe stage of the endometrioma. So this was about chocolate cyst. Now let's see what is the clinical presentation of endometriomas. Like जब हमारे पास कोई patient आती है तो वो किन किन चीज़ों की complain करेगी. तो firstly she'll complain of chronic pelvic pain. Chronic pelvic pain, then she would complain about dysmenorrhea. So dysmenorrhea, it's not the normal dysmenorrhea that everyone feels. It's a very severe and congestive dysmenorrhea. Means the pain would be so severe that the women won't be able to handle it. Then we have dyspareunia, infertility. Infertility is a cause. So infertility is the most important cause that occurs in the women. Because of endometriosis, their whole fertility life is getting disordered. Then fifth one would be that we will see in that woman that there would be a pelvic mass. So pelvic mass is referring to ovarian cyst only. The patients are mostly nulliparous. So we have seen that during the pregnancy, as the progesterone level is high, so during pregnancy it does not happen. But with the women who are nulliparous, it's very common to that women can undergo endometriosis. So next we will see that what is the severity of the pain. So जितनी ज़्यादा endometrial tissue का depth होगा, जहाँ जहाँ पर उन्होंने इन्वेड किया होगा, जिस ऑर्गन पर जितनी डेप्थ में एंडोमेट्रियल टिश्यूज होंगे उतना ही ज़्यादा पेन होता है. तो अगर किसी को बहुत ही ज़्यादा सीवियर पेन है, इट मीन्स कि उनके जो एंडोमेट्रियल टिश्यूज हैं वो सारे ऑर्गन्स पर बहुत ज़्यादा डीप इन्वेडेड हो चुके हैं. दैट्स वाई दे आर हैविंग अ क्रॉनिक पेल्विक पेन. सो दिस इज द क्लिनिकल प्रेजेंटेशन. ओके. So now we will see what is the reason of infertility. As I have said earlier, कि infertility is a very main cause, it's a very main clinical presentation, because endometriosis की वजह से किसी को infertility होती है, but ऐसा होता क्यों है? So here is the reason of infertility. So in majority of cases we have seen that women has undergone infertility. So it is because of the disordered tubal anatomy. So as we have seen that in the previous pictures, that the endometrial tissues is getting deposited on the fallopian tubes, on the ovaries, so which make the fallopian tubes distorted. So that's why they have a condition of infertility, decreased tubo-ovarian motility. As we know that when the ovary releases an egg, so the fimbriae of the fallopian tube, they catches the egg. But what happens in this? The normal phenomena is not going on. So that's why if that won't happen, so there will be difficulty in being fertile. Defective follicular development, as it affects the ovaries, so obviously it will affect the follicular development as well. We have studied about chocolate cyst, so this is the reason of it. Toxic environment for sperms, it will create a very toxic environment. Interference with fertilization, so these are the reasons for infertility. Okay, so now how will you make a diagnosis? Maybe someone comes to your clinic and she complains about these things, that she is having dysmenorrhea, dyspareunia, chronic pelvic pain. So by listening to her symptoms, by listening to her presentation, we will diagnose this condition. So relevant clinical history, will take a proper history of the patient, and then we will come to a conclusion that okay, she must be having endometriosis. Then to confirm your condition, to confirm her condition, we could do physical examination. And sometimes what happens is physical examination may be normal, but when we do pervaginal examination, then we will find nodularity in the pouch of Douglas. So we will do the PV, and then we can feel some nodules in the pouch of Douglas, which confirms that it is endometriosis condition. Fixed retroverted uterus. So what is retroverted uterus? We know that so this is the bladder. So the normal position of uterus is like that, so the normal position of uterus is like this. This is the bladder, this is our uterus. So what is retroverted uterus? In retroverted uterus, the uterus will be of this type. So this is retroverted uterus, which will confirm the diagnosis of endometriosis. Then further diagnosis would be of USG. We can ask the patient to undergo USG to confirm the endometriotic cyst. In the ultrasound, we will only see this endometriotic cyst, but in laparoscopy. So laparoscopy is the gold standard test for endometriosis. This confirms that she is having endometriosis, that the patient is having endometriosis. So what is the gold standard test? It is laparoscopy. Okay, so let's see the pictures. So this is the USG, in which we can see the endometrial cyst, and this is the laparoscopy, which clearly shows that there is a cyst present, that the woman is having some endometrial tissues present outside the uterus. Okay, so now what is the treatment? So the treatment of endometriosis are of two types. We can go with medical treatment, like only by giving the medicines, or we can opt for surgical treatment. So in medical treatment, we will give NSAIDs and OCPs. So if the woman is having a mild pain, we can give that. Okay. So what are OCPs? Oral contraceptive pills, and mostly in OCPs, the pills would be having more level, like the dominant hormone would be progesterone. Okay, so we are giving OCPs, and in OCPs the dominant hormone will be the progesterone, and it's not a very it's not a course in which we have to take medicines and then we have to leave it. So for regularly for 3 to 6 months, 3 to 6 months के लिए हमें उस पेशेंट का कंटिन्यूस OCPs देना पड़ता है. सो शी कांट स्किप इन बिटवीन, और इसकी वजह से मोस्टली पेशेंट्स में एमेनोरिया की कंडीशन आ जाती है. ओके, सो OCPs की वजह से एमेनोरिया की कंडीशन आएगी, बट दैट इज यूजफुल क्योंकि हमें ब्लीडिंग नहीं चाहिए यूट्राइन कैविटी के अराउंड, पेल्विक रीजन में हमें ब्लीडिंग नहीं चाहिए. सो दैट्स व्हाई वी इंटेंड that patient should undergo amenorrhea. Then we can give progesterone, aromatase inhibitors, GnRH inhibitors, gastrinone and danazol. So these are the medicines which are used in the treatment of endometriosis. Then there are some surgical procedures. So there are some surgical treatments. The first and the most common is the laparoscopic method. So laparoscopic method is commonly done when the woman is having excessive amount of endometrial tissues in her pelvis. So we can opt for this method. And what does it did? Endometriotic lesions, it destroys them by excision or ablation. Okay, so in laparoscopic method we have the process of cauterization or adhesiolysis. So the woman who is undergoing endometriosis, this is the first surgical treatment which we should consider giving her. Then we have endometriotic cyst. As we know कि कुछ women के अंदर हमने cyst देखी है, so if the size of the cyst is more than 4 centimeter, then we have to do the cystectomy. But if the size is less than 4 centimeter, then we can easily do it with drainage and fulguration. The third one is the hysterectomy with bilateral salpingo-oophorectomy. So these are some of the surgical treatment which we can opt if the woman is suffering from endometriosis. So now let's see about the Unani treatment. So in Unani we have medicines as Arke Mako, Arke Kasni, Arke Badian. So अब इन तीनों अर्क का जो इफ़ेक्ट है वो पहले पेशेंट के ऊपर कराया गया है, उसके बाद ही इसके इफ़ेक्ट्स बताए गए हैं. तो ये तीनों के तीनों एक बहुत अच्छा इफ़ेक्ट लेकर आते हैं एंडोमेट्रियोसिस के पेशेंट को ट्रीट करने के लिए. पहले उनके ऊपर हमने अर्के मको और कासनी से उनकी ट्रीटमेंट कराई, देन उनकी दोबारा से जब रिपोर्ट्स हमने देखी, देन इट शोज़ अ वेरी गुड इफेक्ट ऑन इट, दैट कि वो सही की तरफ जा रहा है. Then we have Majune Dabidul Vard, Majune Mochas and Supari Pak. So all these medicines are from our Jamia remedies. So we can offer these medicines if we want to do the Unani treatment. And one remedy, one tadabir जो बहुत ज़्यादा इफ़ेक्टिव है, बहुत ज़्यादा सुकून पहुँचाती है जिस्म को, वो है आबजन. तो एंडोमेट्रियोसिस के पेशेंट के अंदर हम आबजन करा सकते हैं जिससे बहुत अच्छा इफेक्ट देखने को मिलता है, उनके पेन में रिलीफ मिलता है. सो दिस वुड बी द यूनानी ट्रीटमेंट ऑफ एंडोमेट्रियोसिस. सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. आई होप दैट यू लाइक this informative video. Thank you.